This is Three Beards Fight Talk with Craig, Chris, and Austin, where you find out your favorite MMA fighters' ice cream and everything else you really want to know because no one else asks the questions that we do. So sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Welcome to the Three Beards podcast. We've got with us return guest. We had to get him back on because we did not do him justice last time. Nobody could hear him or us at the same time, so that was not cool. So welcome back, LJ. How are you, sir?
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me. I'm doing great right now.
Good.
Thanks for having me on.
I just, off the top of my head, I was trying to remember where we left off, and I was just like, I can't. So we're going to start from the beginning. For me, basically, when I first started looking into you, you were in the corner for Mickey Gall at the UFC thing, and that was one of the questions I wanted to ask you too. What was that like, being a corner with no fans?
No fans. It's funny, a lot of people ask that. They always ask, what's it like with no fans there? But it's almost like it's more normal having no fans there because that's what we do every day. You know what I mean? We train every day with no fans. So it's almost more strange having fans there. That's one of the things we have to prepare for mentally. We're like, oh, well, it's going to change. We have fans there usually, and that's usually the difference. But with no fans, it's kind of the same as training. It's kind of cool.
And that's kind of what I was getting at. It's like it had to be cool to where now this is a live fight. This is for the record. And my guy can hear me. He can hear me clearly. He's hearing everything I say, say, do this, and he can actually look over and I'm trying, Yeah.
Yeah, there were some cool advantages and, disadvantages to having a no crowd, but it was definitely very cool. It was a cool experience.
That was one of the things too, is just, you being a fighter yourself and that, what you yourself find as more of a stressful situation, being in the cage or being outside when there's nothing you can do about it other than just please God, get out of that hold?
They're different, when you're fighting, you're more nervous the night before and then the lead up to the fight. But then once you're in there, you're just doing what you do all the time. But when you're cornering your friend, it's the opposite. You're not very nervous leading up to it the night before or anything. But then when he's actually in there, you're really nervous and you can't do anything about it. You know what I mean? You can't control what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So they're different.
I think that's very awesome to be on both sides of the action. You have some cornermen who's never been in the cage, so they tell you, "Oh, I think you can handle it. He's not beating you. Go ahead and put down some work." What are you looking at here? He's giving me some good shots here. But as you being a cornerman who's been in the cage, you're like, dude, he gave you a good shot there. You can't take too many more of those. And the guy you're cornering, he's like, you're right. He put down some groundwork. So I think it works pretty well when you've already been in the corner and you've been in the cage. I can listen to you a little bit more. Like, you've got it. I'm looking at it. You're giving him shots. You're backing him up. Hey, just keep putting the work in. But you've never been in that situation. I'm like, oh, well, he's just telling me that.
Yeah, exactly. If you fought, you just have just an overall better understanding of what's going on in there. You know what I mean? Even the coaches who know their techniques and know this, but if they haven't been in there, they're lacking knowledge that other guys who have been in there would have.
And I just remembered where we left off. I was just thinking, I was like, I got it, because you couldn't hear it. And what I was asking you is, in one of your interviews, you said to the guy interviewing, "Don't blink for my next fight because it's gonna be over." What little did you know, you were being prophetic. It wasn't that fight; it was the following fight when you just took that guy out. It literally was. It's like I was watching the video, I looked away, and all of a sudden he's on. It's over. I'm like, oh, see,
it's every fight. Every single fight is under 2 minutes.
Yeah.
My God.
But it was that one. It was so quick. And I was like, see, man, he knew. He was just one match off. And it literally was, don't blink. And man, it was done.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Why, you see, we talked to a lot of fighters and they have a lot of fights under their belt. Why does it take, you only get one fight a year, it looks like. Why is that?
it's hard finding fights. I've had a fight. I was supposed to have a fight, and it got canceled because of COVID. You know what I mean? So that was a bummer, and it's still, the fights aren't really getting going right now. But it's been tough to find fights. It's been tough to find matchups. I'm a guy with a name who, I'm better skilled than the place where I'm fighting right now. So not too many guys want to take that fight. There's other fights that would be smarter for my opponents. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but on the bright side, I'm still young. So I'm taking my time. I'm on the right track, and it's only bound to happen.
Yeah.
So.
You know what I realized? Everything about this MMA world, UFC, everything, BKC, everything is about what makes sense. I mean, I don't know if I could be. I think I could be a really good promoter. It don't have to make sense for me. If I can sell tickets off the card, I don't care if you're 14-0, and his opponents that's 7-14 wants to fight you, and he says he got it, and he can sell out a venue or he can make a pay-per-view happen. It wouldn't make sense for you to take that fight, but it seems like some opponents, some people that come up after you could technically be better than you, but since you've already got so much groundwork under your belt, you wouldn't want to take that fight. But if it sells tickets and the bag is right and the money's right, why not? If he beats me, he beats me. But I know a lot of fighters kind of shy away from that. Like, hey, I'm not gonna take that guy. He's 9-1, but I've got way more belt. I've got way more fights under my belt. Why? It doesn't make sense for me to fight him. But it's giving people what they want to see. This guy's talking a lot of trash. You say, I can do him in. Why not take it? What is that? We've never really asked any fighters that. Why is that? Because I've been putting together calculations and seeing, like, this guy won't fight this guy. Why not?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe it's ego or, I don't know. I guess it depends on the individuals, but, I'm not quite sure. I think the best guys should fight the best guys, regardless of record of, anything. The best guys should fight the best guys. That's my belief.
You've definitely got a good friend there, man. And Mickey, he is a hype man for you. There's several locations I've seen where he's said, you are the number one prospect, look out for this guy. That was pretty cool to see, that he's out supporting you, because that's one of the things also kind of like what Chris is kind of talking about too, is where we've asked this, why are fighters so reluctant to help out other fighters?
I don't know. I guess they're surrounding themselves with the wrong people. All the fighters I surround myself with want what's best for me, and I want what's best for them. So, I can't speak for them, but that's not the case in my, everyone I surround myself with, I believe has my best interest in hand, and I know for a lot of them do, and I have theirs and their best interest in hand as well.
And that was kind of it, because we talked to we just had one of our friends from another show on, and David Potter, and we kind of posed that to him as well. It's like, it only seems that if you talk up your opponent, it's only going to make your fight that much more of an excitement for guys like us to watch this fight, because now we're seeing this stuff popping up everywhere. LJ is saying this guy is going to be super tough. This is going to be one of the best fights I've ever fought. I cannot wait to get into saying this is going to be one of the most epic fights you are ever going to see. But we don't see that. We see guys they go quiet, and they're like, somebody talks trash and like, yeah, we'll see you in the cage. That's all you see. And I'm like, why not promote this and get more butts in the seats, get more people watching TV?
Yeah, for sure. There's definitely two kind of ways to look at it. You have the Conor McGregor way, where you talk all this shit, you promote yourself, you hype up the fight, and then there's kind of the way like other people look at it as like the George St. Pierre way. He says, "I'll do my talking in the octagon," and it depends on the individual. It depends on some individuals that aren't cut out for talking crap. Some individuals are, just not cut out for keeping their mouth shut. So I think you got to find kind of what works for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's because we've got as promoters go, and that's where I was saying, like with Chris, as a promoter, you want to do this thing, and I can only see that as a positive, where the more talk and buzz you get about you and your opponent going, the more likelihood somebody like Titan, Bellator, UFC is going to be like, okay, put them on the card.
Yeah.
give them a shot.
Yeah, the promoters are definitely looking for those guys who are talking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're going to sell more tickets. That's the bottom line, you know?
Yeah, when you got 5,700 likes on your post on Instagram, that's going to take a lot more notice for somebody like, all right, see, this is starting. There's something to this than as opposed to, 2 or 3 people were like, oh yeah, man, I love your post. That's one of those things where I want to bring that up, and that was so good. Yeah, that was kind of the answer I was hoping for. It's just because we always been trying to do this, and then Debbie, she's always asking the questions. It's like, I always phrase it kind of my way. When did you decide that you wanted to punch dudes in the face for women?
Me? When did I decide that?
Yeah. What made you that first time when you're like, oh yeah, I can do this?
I remember I was watching The Ultimate Fighter season 5, I believe it was, and right when I saw it, I was like, man, I got to do this. This is what I'm about. I'm like, this is what I have to do. And I signed up for jiu-jitsu. I always wrestled before that, and I did a little judo before that as well. And I signed up for jiu-jitsu, and then it just snowballed from there. I did jiu-jitsu, then I wanted to learn boxing, then I wanted to learn kickboxing. And it just kept going and go. I just wanted to get, the best I could be. I just wanted to get better and better. And I just kept going, kept training, being consistent. And, a decade later, you see where, in a completely different career and all that, Yeah.
So what made you decide to go with Renzo Gracie? I mean, I have all the gyms. What was it about that one specifically that pulled you in and said, I like these guys?
So I train all over the place. My main place is Gracie, New Jersey, with David Adiv. He's a black belt under Hoyler Gracie, who is Hoist Gracie's brother. And he's phenomenal. He's a phenomenal genius. And then I'll go to Henzo's and I'll travel there to the city.
Okay.
And then also with the Miller brothers, Jim Miller, Dan Miller, I go train with those guys and hopping around New Jersey, New York a little bit. You know what I mean? Getting the best training I could get. That's what I'm looking for.
So what is looking like your next time that you're going to get a chance to step in that?
It's hard to tell with the COVID stuff. It's a shame. It's I had a fight and it fell through because of the COVID, and I don't know. I'm hoping if I can't do it during COVID, hopefully I should be able to. Maybe I have to go down to Florida or Vegas. A state that's more opened.
Okay.
But in New Jersey, it's kind of locked down pretty good over here. So we'll see.
You're still with Maverick, right?
Yes.
Okay.
What's it gonna take? There was a promo video from Mickey saying he's a future UFC champion. That was 3 years ago. You've had 2-3 fights since then. What would it take for you to get to UFC? I mean, your stats are amazing.
2 more fights, that's it. If I win 2 more fights, I'm gonna get picked up. And that's only a matter of time. They're not. It's not gonna be too much longer. Or don't worry, I'm gonna be in there soon, very soon.
Well, you have 6 fights. One of them's unanimous, and one went to round 3. The rest of them are under a minute or 2 minutes in round 1. I mean, that's show for UFC, and it's like, we'll wait a little bit longer. What are you waiting for?
I need to get a few more fights under my belt, but once I do that, I think they're gonna love me. I think they're gonna love my style. I think I bring an exciting fight style, and I think I'm good for the public. I think I'm a smart, intelligent person who can explain to people who, bring a different side of the crowd to fighting.
Yeah. And then that was like I said. It looks like, you're definitely looking for the choke out. We've had a lot of those, so you're looking for the reason to make sure that they stay down.
Yeah, I love it all. I'll take the knockout quick.
Yeah, because you had, was it Mike Taylor? You won through strikes.
Yeah,
I think that was. I think if I remember right, I want to say that's the one I was talking about. Yeah, whereas Taylor's, Collins was the one that it went the distance. That was the one where you said don't blink, and then it was the next one. Yeah, it's like 28 seconds, and they're just like pop, it's over. It's like, there we go.
I'm gonna find this video, and I'm gonna dig deeper. When you fought Brandon King, you guillotine choked him in 16 seconds in the first round. How does that even happen?
I don't know. Weird things happen in fights sometimes, but I remember I hit him with a hard right cross to the jaw, and he kind of dropped, almost like he was unconscious, but he was still kind of with it. And somehow I think he like had like a panic shot, like he just like kind of shot in a little recklessly, and I kind of wrapped it up from there. I just clipped him early.
Wow.
But
And
I'll
then-
take it every day. I'll take a finish like that anytime.
We'll rehash over this one too, just with how bad the audio was on the last one, with the breaking up. So explain to everybody, because we'd asked you, we'd never seen retirement before.
Oh yeah.
The first fight, and now that we can hear you pretty clearly, why don't you explain to everybody again, like, how did they come to the determination of retirement?
Yeah, I remember you asked me this. This is when we were just breaking up. We were having a terrible time, but so I don't know how they gave it that name, but anyway, what happened was, I was beating him up in the first round, and then it's when a fighter doesn't want to come out they go to the stool. The first round ends, they go to the stool, but then they don't want to come out for the second round. You know what I mean? So I guess they call that retirement. I don't know why they call it retirement, but
I think because wave the white flag just doesn't.
Yeah, it's like waving the white flag.
Yeah, that's God. It just ran away. I mean,
he's fighting still because his record was 1-0. You made a guy go 1-0, retire after his first fight.
Yeah, I know.
He was out of commission. He retired. He came in and made a debut and retired. Like, dude, coach, you're not feeling these shots he's throwing. I'm good. I'm not coming back out. You can have this.
Yeah. I don't know why they call it retirement after. Because I know he ended up continuing to fight, but I guess they call it retirement. I don't know.
That's awesome.
No, that's So I mean, we've been talking to a lot of people just about this stuff. I mean, it's just, do you see it more fight promotions going kind of the way of Titan, UFC? Because Combat Night just had one. Bellator finally crawled out of their cave that they were hiding in. Do you see more actually starting to hold events, quicker now that they realize, hey, we can do this without having to, without everybody just getting sick as soon as they show up?
Yeah, I hope so. I hope more promotions start putting on events during this time. I think there is a safe way to do it. I think there's a smart and safe way to do this. So as long as they follow protocols, follow the laws, I don't see a problem with it.
Yeah, it's one. We always joke around. We ask people, it's like, have you thought about bare knuckle boxing yet? Giving that a try?
Oh, of course. The MMA first, but sometime down the road, I'm very open to that.
Oh yeah, I'm a huge fan after BKFC 11. That one was just, I told a couple people, it's just, that for me was a shot across MMA's bow, that they're here to stay, and this is somebody that's going to have to be contended with, because they, here's the thing where the average Joe can just climb through the ropes and go toe to toe, with each other. You don't have to train 70 hours a week and be in peak physical condition to survive a round thing. You can actually go in there and just throw hands.
Yeah, and they do have, they do have some high level fighters too, though, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they do, and that's what I said. There's some, but it's just, you saw like on that one, there's a couple guys, they weren't in peak shape, but they actually put on a fairly decent fight. Yeah. That was entertaining. And that's, for me, I was just like, see, this is where the average person could relate. It's like, oh my God, there's a guy that looks just like me in the thing. It's like, I can do this.
Yeah, no, I love the idea of it. I love the idea of bare knuckle. There's some things that when you put a glove on, things change in a real fight. So I love the idea of the pure form of combat. No gloves. I love the idea.
So who do you want to fight next?
Whoever. I just want to fight.
So there's no. I got to get somebody off my list, like a rematch, or you want to fight him again, like.
Just line them up. I'll knock them down. That's all.
Hey. You got, like you said, Mickey Gall says, it's just like bring him on. He's just going to keep mowing through him as soon as put him in the cage with him.
Yeah, bring him on. We're going to get to the best regardless. Bring him on,
You hear that, Danny? He says he's going to get to the best.
I know. So
thanks, boss.
Yeah. Now, do you try to keep most of your fights up there in the New Jersey area, in that kind of area, or are you willing to travel wherever you need to go?
I'm willing to travel wherever I need to go, especially during, the time we're in right now, because who knows when Jersey or PA or New York's going to open back up. So I'm definitely, especially now, I'm willing to travel. It is nice having my family come, watch me fight. They don't have to travel across the country or anything. So it is nice having them there, them being able to, watch me and, hang out with them after the fight. But if I need to travel, which I'm going to have to, I'm always open to it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no. So when are you going to come down to Florida, man? We got to get that one lined up so that way we can actually watch it. Yeah. I mean,
soon. It might be soon. It might be during the COVID. If I get an offer, I'll come hop on a jet, come fight down there for sure.
There you go. Yeah, because it's one of those, just being in this where everybody we've talked to, it's like, man, the Orlando area is huge. It's like let's try to get some event here in the Orlando area.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm willing to travel, but it's one of those things when everything that's close to us is like 3 hours. If I can get something that's like half hour away from me, I'll be there. Like I said, bring my son, but it's a lot harder for me. Like if it's a 3.5, 4 hour drive, it's got to take a lot more planning for me to pull the trigger and go into that one.
Yeah, Orlando's great, man. People will come down. People will fly in to watch fights in Orlando. There's so much to do there. People will come from all over the place to watch fights there.
Yeah, they're starting to do it too.
Are they? Yeah, that's great. Orlando's a great place.
Yeah.
So when you get down here, like I said, we're definitely we'll have to have you over and we'll have if you drink a beer, we'll have to have a beer.
I'll have a beer with you guys. Sure.
Yeah, have a nice little beer summit with you. That's for sure.
For sure. I'll have a beer with you guys anytime.
Perfect. But hey, LJ, I mean, myself, man, I want to appreciate you coming back on for sure.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it.
We were so happy when you were apologizing to us. It's like, man, I'm so sorry. I'm like, no, dude, you don't have to apologize. We feel terrible that you had to go through this.
It's all good. Was it my computer? Is that what's happened? Or was it only mine? Or
we didn't know what it was, because there would be times like you'd be just fine and we could hear, and then all of a sudden like you couldn't hear us, and then all of a sudden you would freeze up, but you could hear us.
Yeah,
it was just it
was crazy. Yeah, but
we just
got it going.
Yeah.
So are y'all still technically training, or are all gyms still shut down in your area? I mean,
no, professional athletes are allowed to train. So
nice.
Us professionals are training. We're doing what we can, keeping groups small, but we're training. Professionals are allowed to train, so we're good.
The joke, the keys left under the mat so we can go check on the gym and make sure everything is okay.
Do you see any possible opponents for UFC that may be a good match? I mean, you say just line them up, you'll knock them down. But do you see any opponents that you have a feeling that you may meet on the UFC undercard or coming into UFC? Do you know anybody that you may end up meeting with?
I have a lot of guys, I'd love to fight in UFC. But I can't really name a name right now. You know what I mean? That's it's hard to predict. You know what I mean? It's hard to say who they'll put me against, this and that. But I'll definitely be fighting the top guys, the best names in the lightweight division for sure within the next 5 years, easily.
So LJ, where do people catch Maverick? Where can they watch these? For pay-per-view, or where can we watch the next fight when it gets lined up?
Depending on where the fight is, or I'll keep them updated on Instagram. You guys can follow me on Instagram at LJ Reboli, LJ Reboli. I'll keep you updated with my fights. Let you know. Depending on the promotion, I'm not sure with the COVID who I'll be fighting for. It's crazy times right now. So,
okay. Well, we're definitely going to be watching for you. And so, like I said, but please plug your gyms, plug your sponsors.
Real quick, you forgot our favorite question from our number one fan too. When you're not cutting weight, you're just relaxing after the fight. What's your favorite ice cream?
Oh, my favorite ice cream?
Mm-hmm.
Just chocolate ice cream, chocolate sprinkles on a cone. That's my favorite ice cream with some gummy bears. That's my favorite.
Gummies.
That's what I tell the guys. I said they give me a hard time for vanilla, and I'm like, you can put anything on it. Chocolate's about the same way. You can put all these toppings on there. You can't go wrong.
Yeah. You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with an ice cream ever.
That's right. All right, so plug away, sir.
All right. My gym, Gracie, New Jersey. It's in Lebanon. Just follow me on Instagram and follow my career, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, definitely. And everybody, like I said, we'll post up there links so that everybody can follow you on Instagram. And we will be following. We look forward to seeing this next fight because everything that we've seen from her. Like I said, man, your buddy's not kidding. You're exciting to watch on those matches. Man. Those have been phenomenal.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. I appreciate you guys' support, and I'd love to come back on again. Just let me know, and I'll come back on.
For sure. We're always in need from time to time. We'll need guest hosts, to come on and just, help us out, because like I said, we don't pretend to be the pros. We just like to, have fun, just talk with people and just kind of do it our style. So
awesome. Yeah, you guys are great. Message me anytime to come on.
Awesome.
Right.
Thank you.
Sounds great, man. Have a great night, and we will talk soon.
Great. You too, guys. Have a good one.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Peace.
Perfect. Well, this episode was brought to you by Broad's Beard Care. Premium quality beard oil, handcrafted by master, I don't know, what do you call it, a beardologist? Oil mixologist.
Master crafter.
Yeah. What we nicknamed the Willy Wonka beard oil. Go to broadsbeardcare.com. Use promo code 3beards. That's with a capital B, and you're going to save 20% off your entire order. And you always get free shipping with Kelly. We can't speak highly enough about the stuff. We even worked with him, and we have our own signature oil blend. And so if you buy that, not only going to support him, you're also going to support us. And we really appreciate that. Nanny Cakes, Nancy Burt, go to Nanny Cakes 407 on Facebook, or give her a call at 407-923-2898. In Central Florida area, especially kind of Orlando east, it's going to be the easiest way to get a cake from her. And I'm just sorry, folks. I'm reading the comments here. I'm trying to keep a straight face. David, thanks for watching, sir. So check us out, threebeardspodcast.com. Go to patreon.com/threebeardspodcast. Become a member there. And you're also, when you become a member, every time we come out with a new sticker, you're going to get one of those. And we've got some ideas. We just need the Patreons to give them to. So, you do that. You can help us out there and give us some support. Help us upgrade stuff as we need it. Go to YouTube and subscribe to our channel. Help us get to 100 so we can change that link. But most of all, just so you can see these videos whenever you want to. So thanks, everybody, for watching. LJ, I really appreciate you coming on again, sir. That was a great time. You guys have a great time. We will talk later. Everybody, stay safe. Good night.